I don't know why a Biafran will hear one Nigeria and you give them ears. You want to pay attention to hear what they want to say. Even when you know that nothing good is going to come out of the Zoological Republic. Nothing good. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. But yet, you continue to tolerate something that you know is meant to destroy you. You continue to support something that you know is structured against you. They give your brother a bad name to destroy your brother, and you are the first one to clap and praise it. And you think you will be free. You will not be free. You will not be free. The same evil you wish your brother is going to come back to you in a million folds. The judicial bias in Nigeria is unimaginable. Another one will see that prove they want Nigerian lies and the way they demonize the liberation forces of Biafra and the freedom fighters is security operations. Nigerian security forces who should defend citizens are turned into occupation armies in the East. Nigerian security forces who should be defending their citizens are turned into occupation armies in the eastern part of Nigeria. In Biafra land, they occupy our land, they intimidate, they take innocent lives, they destroy lives on daily basis, even as we speak. And some of us applaud them. Just like as they are pushing their rumors of taking the life of one of the soldiers, after demonizing him, calling him different kinds of names, and now they're advertising it, and some of you Biafrans are clapping along with them. I have seen so many voice messages that will be made by Biafrans themselves. I have seen so many write-ups that were made by people who supposedly are Biafrans, and they are happy that their own brother is dead. Their own brother is detained. Their own brother is captured. They are happy. And they say it's just a question of time. One Nigeria will happen to you, and you will understand. Peaceful Biafran rallies are branded as terrorism. Yet, real terrorists in the north are rewarded with amnesty, cash, and reintegration. The real terrorists that we know, that the whole world have named terrorists in the northern part of Nigeria, are rewarded with amnesty. They are rewarded with cash. Every time you hear that they have been reintegrated into the Zoological Republic, either into the army or into the police or into the custom or into whatever they want to reintegrate them into. And you'll be asking, is this still the one Nigeria you're talking about? Why they are giving amnesty, cash, and reintegration? In Biafra land, they are busy bombarding people. They are busy blackmailing. They are busy naming them and shaming them and calling them terrorists and taking their life. For how long has Mazi Nnamdi been calling for referendum? There was not even a call to discuss it. They don't want to discuss it. They don't want to listen to Mazi Nnamdi. Nobody wants to pay attention to him. What was he calling for? Mazi Nnamdi has already been calling for referendum. Conduct a referendum. Let the people make a choice what they want. Let the people make a choice, because we understand that the so-called Nigeria is not an agreement of the indigenous people. Nobody agreed to be a Nigerian. That is why today Nigeria is irredeemable, because nobody is a Nigerian. Nobody. There's nobody that signed up to be a Nigerian. People are just pretending because maybe the template fits their evil agenda. The template fits their fraud. The template is bringing food to their table, so they continue to hold on it. Apart from that, nobody is a one Nigerian. That is why nobody is ready to pay the ultimate price for Nigeria. And those who dared, they come back in shame. They come back in shame. The terrorists in the north are rewarded with amnesty, cash, and reintegration. As we speak, there is a meeting still going on today. A meeting is going on between the government and the bandits in the north. A meeting is going on within the bandits and government. And even the sheikh in the north, Sheikh Gumi, is still coming out to threaten the government. The Sheikh Gumi is coming to make a case for the bandit, warning government never to attack the bandit. Don't provoke the bandit. That is what he's telling them. Sheikh Gumi is warning government, don't provoke the bandit. You can imagine that. Can you imagine that? That Sheikh Gumi is warning the government, do not provoke the bandit. But in the northern, in the southeast, that Sheikh Gumi told them to recruit youths, recruit fellow Biafrans to go and fight against their own people. And the idiots, the criminal politicians in Biafra land, bought into that advice. They took that advice. Today, they recruit people in different security outfits fighting against their own. But in the north, that same Sheikh Gumi is telling the government, do not provoke the bandits. Don't attack them. If you attack them, you provoke them. But in the southeast, that same Sheikh Gumi advised them, recruit the youth to go and fight against those who are agitating for their freedom. This is the one Nigeria. And the idiots, the criminals we have in the southeast as politicians, they adhered to the advice of Sheikh Gumi. They bought into the advice of Sheikh Gumi and they created thousands of security outfits. You have a Webusu, you have a Wemonkey, you have a Wago, you have Akodo, you have different kinds of security outfits. And in that security outfit, they recruit youths from Biafra land, Asere the Kobo boys, and even the Janjaweed terrorists. And what they do in Biafra land is to cause havoc and mayhem. And these are the people they use to come against the Biafra Liberation Force. And when the Biafra Liberation Force reacts to defend their own land, they brand them terrorists. They call them different kinds of names, using their people, their own people. Using the same people. It is our own people that will still come out to blackmail them. This is the evil we find ourselves in the Zoological Republic. They demonize everything we do. They demonize even our good morning, they demonize it. Our handshake, they demonize it. Our business, they demonize it. Nigerians demonize every single thing that has to do with us, the Biafran people, more especially the Igbo Biafran. And yet, some of us rejoice with them when they are rejoicing. What a shame. When you see yourself happy, when your enemy is happy, something is wrong with your head. When you see yourself rejoicing in line with your enemy, you are already dead and gone. You are not living, you are gone. You're only pretending to be alive. It's just a question of time. You will understand that you are gone and you are dead. In the same zoo, economic strangulation of Biafra land is the order of the day. Federal allocation and development projects deliberately bypass the southeast. Industries are crippled. Seaport abandoned. Infrastructure neglected. All part of system strategy to keep Biafrans economically dependent and weakened. Is anybody ready to address this? Nobody is ready to address it. Not Yohanes and Igbo, not Yohanes and Doshi, not Yohanes and Dama, not the politicians, not the elites. Sheikh Gumi is warning the federal government, do not attack the bandits. Don't provoke them. But as we speak, Yohanes and Igbo is celebrating the death of their own son. The kidnap and capture of their son, they are celebrating it. Biafrans are online on different platforms celebrating the downfall of their own brother who has volunteered himself to defend his land. I don't care whatever you accuse him of. They are all mere accusation. You give the dog a bad name to kill it. Nigeria government has no legal right to prosecute any Biafra. I will never ever advocate for Nigeria to prosecute any Biafra. They don't have such right. Because whatever is transpiring in Biafra land and in the life of their people is being forced by Nigeria upon them. Think about the genesis of the problems. If Nigeria has conducted a simple request of referendum that Mazi can ask for, you are not going to see the Liberation Army. You're not going to see Mazi Simon come on board. You're not going to see us talking online. If they have listened, even when Mazi Nnamdi was advocating for Nigeria, if they have listened to curb the insecurity in Nigeria, for people to have a standard and level playing ground and have a good life, we will not be here talking today. But instead, they are following the script that was put in place by the British to keep the Biafran people down, knowing fully well that they are the people that can be able to turn Africa around and make it what it should be. They wrote that script and they used another foreigner, the Fulanese, to make sure that that script continue to be played in Nigeria. And that is why we see what is happening today. That is why our Prime Minister Mazi will say, in Biafra, Africa died. And in Biafra, Africa will rise. And I join him to say, except Biafra survives. That's why when I see people talking about a United Africa, you are a joker. They are talking about one Africa. You are a joker. A very big joke. That is what you are. Before Europe got to where they are, they first of all disintegrated themselves, everybody to his region. They created country according to interests. Before Europe became what they are. Their countries were created are based on value system. People that have similar value system, even if they are 4,000, they want to be a country, they be on their own. That was how Europe started before they came into European Union that unified them and be what they want to be. First of all, countries were created according to people that have their value system. According to value system, everybody will be there according to value system. Then you can now come back if you want, based on a genuine agreement, and now forge ahead for one cause. That was how Europe succeeded. The same thing in the United States. In America, country in America, both South and North America, they are structured based on value system. You don't mop up people together and expect to see miracle. It can't happen. That is why you see when people come and talk about one Africa, you are a joker. First of all, do your homework. Do your homework from grassroots. Let every nation go back to whom they are. And then you can now come back to write an agreement by your own self, under your own time, an agreement. Not mopping people up. You saw Germany had a year. Germany divided, they have West and East Germany. And later on, they came under an umbrella, wrote an agreement, and come together. Based on their own time. Nobody forced them. Nobody pushed them. But you move up people in Africa together, more especially in Nigeria, and you want to force them to remain that way for your own selfish interest, and you think it's going to work. The only way it's working for you is because of the demonization of Biafrans that you are doing. Knowing fully that Biafrans are the ones that can make things turn around. You turn everybody against them. But I bet you can't stop the project of Chukwu Kabiam. All part of a system, strategy, to keep Biafra economically independent and weakened. That is why in the Southeast there is no industry. The industries we have there, they cripple them. Even the ones that you think that are surviving, if they tell you what they are facing, you will pity them. If Innocent tells you what he's going through, if Innocent tells you what he's going through to be able to run his company in Nnewi, you will pity him. The cost of production, if Innocent tell the cost of production of cars in Nnewi, you will pity him. You pity him. But in a same country, they are supposed to make the cost of production low for him. They're supposed to make things easy for him so that people can be able to access what he has to offer. The only condition they are giving him is to close up that Newi office and take it to Lagos, or take it to Abuja, or to the north. Likewise, every other industries in Biafra land, they are making sure that they make their life miserable. They force them out of Biafran territory to weaken them. Another way they are demonizing us, attacking us, and making us look irrelevant is through their media. Media control and propaganda. Another heavy machine the Zoological Republic is using against you, against me. Media control and propaganda. Nigerian state control the mainstream narratives. You saw it, even the very dark man was lamenting lately that the media do not go to the front line to interview people when something happens. You can imagine these rumors they are carrying. Oh, Liberation Army was arrested, Gentle was arrested, this and that, this and that. We didn't see any picture. We didn't see any video. If it were to be in a sane country, the media will be on the ground. It doesn't have to be something you say maybe or maybe not. The media need to be on the ground, need to be present to report. But like every other thing they do, they control the media. They tell them what to say and how to say. They can use them to blackmail you. They can use the media to demonize you. All they do is that the Ministry of Information will just stay there and write a memo, give them, look at what you broadcast throughout the whole week. And they have used that media. Our Yoruba people mainly, Yoruba media. They have used it against the Biafrans to demonize us so much. What said the Igbo Biafrans? Most of the problems we are facing today in the hand of other people and the wrong information that people have about us is pushed by this same media, owned by the Yorubas. Media control and propaganda. The Nigerian state control the mainstream narratives, labeling freedom fighters as criminals, while painting the real oppressors as patriots. That is what we see in Nigeria every day. They label freedom fighters criminals, while painting the real oppressors as patriots. We see it every day. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in jail. In the northern part of Nigeria, they are holding meeting with the bandits and terrorists. One who saw a bandit that attacked a mosque and took the life of almost 50 people in a mosque. He came for a peace talk. He came armed with his own armed men. They came with their weapons. They came with their weapons in a meeting with the government. But in the Biafra land, our request is simple. We want to be on our own. Self-determination. Self-determination is something that is supported by international law, a right supported by African Peoples and Human Rights Law. Even Nigerian law itself approves self-determination. But yet, they demonize it. They label freedom fighters as criminals, while painting the real oppressors as patriots. Only in the Zoological Republic. This demonization campaign is designed to break the spirit of resistance and deceive international communities. And they have succeeded. That is their target. This is the main target. This demonization campaign is strictly designed to break the spirit of resistance. And you see how they have broken the spirit of resistance in the zoo. The Zoological Republic cannot even resist. They can't. Apart from the Biafrans, the zoo can't. The only people that are still standing strong today are the Biafrans. With all the demonization of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he never gave up. And they later begin to confess him as angel of light, even though they are still scared of releasing him. That is the same way they demonized Mazi Samoneba. What was the request of Mazi Samoneba? Set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free Since you said he's the Messiah, set him free and let him take charge. Set him free. For as long as you continue to hold him, I will continue to defend my life, defend my people, defend our territory to make sure that the world knows our problem. But they demonized Mazi Simon Ekpa, called him the defenders of men. They deceived the international communities that Mazi Simon Ekpa is a terrorist, even though he is not. But because of their own selfish interests, they bought into that very lie. They bought into it. My fellow Biafrans, brothers and sisters, wherever you are, you must not lose your guard. The truth is very clear. Nigerian governance structure is not neutral, can never be neutral, will never ever be neutral. Nigerian governance structure is not neutral, will never be neutral, and has never been neutral. And that is the way the owners of Nigeria want it to be. And there's nothing you can do about it. For as long as you continue to operate under that name, Nigeria, the governance structure is not neutral. Including the Peter Obi that some of you now think he's going to be your Messiah. He understands that the governance structure is not neutral. And when he's going to come there, he's not going to be neutral. He's going to use you as a scapegoat. It doesn't matter whether he's an Igbo person or whatever. I don't care. This is a weapon of oppression. Nigerian governance system is a weapon of oppression. Until Biafra free themselves from this rigged system, true justice, equity, peace will remain impossible. For those of you who think that is something you can do to change the status quo, you are deceiving yourself. For those of you who think that one Messiah is going to come to you, you are deceiving yourself. Keep on deceiving yourself. Just pray that you will be alive when the changes will come. Because those of you who are deceiving yourself, one Nigeria will definitely happen to you. And pray to God that you will succeed after one Nigeria has happened to you. Because it will definitely happen to you. Until Biafra free themselves from this rigged system, true justice, equity, peace will remain impossible. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to know that Nigeria has nothing to offer for you and me. Nigeria has nothing for you, has nothing for me. The earlier we rise and begin to pursue a future for ourselves, the better for us. The demonization campaign of Nigeria has continued for a very long time, and they are not stopping. Today they are demonizing gentle. You think it's just about gentle. It's not just about gentle. Tomorrow is going to be your turn. You are there laughing. You are rejoicing. They are demonizing your brother, campaigning against your brother. Tomorrow it will be your own turn. Injustice against one is injustice against all. It's just a question of time. It will get to your doorstep. At every given opportunity, they label us terrorists without any proof whatsoever. It's under speculation. Everything is speculation. They paint you evil, they label you, whatever they want to label you, and that is it. And that's what happened in 2017. The Nigerian government unilaterally declared IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, a terrorist organization in 2017. Nigeria unilaterally, with the politicians in Biafra land, Biafran politicians came together and declared the indigenous people of Biafra a terrorist organization without any credible evidence of terrorist activities. In 2017, without, then Biafra were only using flag they were using. And that's as at them, many of them have been murdered in cold blood. But Nigeria, their politicians, even Biafra politicians, came together and they declared the indigenous people of Biafra terrorist organization without any credible evidence of terrorist activity. No evidence of terrorist activity anywhere when IPOB was declared a terrorist activity, a terrorist organization. Meanwhile, Boko Haram, Fulani bandits, who commit daily massacre, were initially called misguided brothers and given amnesty. When it comes to them, they call them misguided brothers and give them amnesty. Even up to today, as we speak, up to today, they are holding meeting with bandits, which they themselves put online. Bandits come to their meeting with their arms in Nigeria. The terrorists, they hold meeting with them, reintegrate them, they allow them to come with their arms. But in Biafra land, they tag people who are asking for self-determination, terrorist organization. They demonize them and continue to take them out, continue to take their life every blessed day. But when it comes to the Boko Haram, Fulani bandits, who commit daily massacre, they call them their misguided brothers. You see how they water you down? They are misguided brothers. And they tell you that you're in one Nigeria, right? You're in one Nigeria. This double standard shows the strategy. Equate Biafra agitation with terrorism to justify brutal crackdown. That is all it's all about. They just want to equate the Biafra agitation to terrorism so that they can see something that will justify the brutal crackdown on the Biafran people. And when they use these terms, when they play these games, even those of us who are Biafrans clap for them because of your own personal issue, because of your little disagreement with your brother, because you don't agree with your brother, because your brother have a different line of thought. You turn immediately and support the enemies against your brother, and you help. You see some Biafrans in their platform calling their own brother a terrorist for defending their land. You see Biafrans, fellow Biafrans, they call their brothers, their sisters terrorists because they are speaking about Biafra. And they think that will set you free. Your own time is coming. Your own time is coming. Media blackmail and propaganda everywhere. Media blackmail and propaganda. Massive one against Biafra. State-backed media. Often headlines like IPOB killers. That is what they like using. Most time when the only place you see them talking about is IPOB killers, Biafra terrorists, or secessionist threat. They're using all those strong terms to describe people who are asking for their freedom. Framing activists as criminals before trial. That is what they do. Before trial, activists before trial, they already cut me a criminal. Look at Mazi, Simon Ekpa. Look at Mazi Nnamdi. Even before the case ends, they've already completely used their media to tag you different kinds of call you criminal. And some of us clap for them. Some of us join them in that propaganda. We help them to promote it. We help them to build it. And you think you are doing your brother. It is going to get your own doorstep. It's just a question of time. You saw the way they demonized the peaceful sit-at-home protest. They reported it as economic sabotage. Peaceful sit-at-home protests are reported as economic sabotage. That is the title headline you will see in their media. Just to demonize that very sit-at-home. Even though they know it is a civil thing to do, it is a legal thing to do, they demonize it. State-backed media run headlines like IPOB killers, Biafra terrorists, secessionist threat. This is the kind of headlines. Economic sabotage. When it comes to sit at home, they put words that will make you hate yourself, be scared and worried, distance yourself from your freedom. And yet, some of us, when we see these things, we rejoice along with them. Nigeria uses this information, disinformation, and they push lies against us. The information war against the Biafran is massive to demonize freedom fighters and soften international outrage. That is what they do. They have mastered it very well. You know, when they demonize you, first of all, they call you bad names. They will describe them. They will say you eat human being, you did that. So many bad descriptions. They build it up, build after building it up. They throw it out there. Then it will now soften international outrage. Whenever you come out and you're talking about the atrocities committed against your people, they will not listen anymore. Look at Biafra land today. All the atrocities committed by the government, Hope Uzodinma and Co. in Biafra land, nobody is no longer talking about it. We saw burning of houses. On video, we saw them when they were burning, have taken innocent life. We saw it. We saw when they were shooting indiscriminately in Okigwe, even young boys, we saw their corpses in the street. But today, the headline is gentle. And they push their own headline. Demonize him. Call him different kinds of things. He's eating human being. He's kidnapping. He's doing that. They found cars. They found so many things. They demonize the person so that when the international communities look into it now, they will now forget about the real issue and they begin to talk about a different thing altogether. They soften international outrage against their crime. That is what the Yoruba media is doing for Nigeria, and they're doing it very, very well. Another one you see on daily basis. The system they use to demonize us. The one Nigerian lie is the judicial and legal harassment. The judicial and legal harassment against the Biafra people, the innocent people. You see the case of Mazi Nnamdi. Mazi Nnamdi, who was abducted in Kenya, kidnapped in Kenya in 2021, illegally extradited to Nigeria, illegally, extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, a violation of international law, a violation of international law. Instead of being treated as a political prisoner, he is dragged through endless secret trials under terrorism charges. You see how they play the game. That is why every time their media report Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will continue to talk about jump bail, even though they know that he didn't jump bail. Even when their own court have said that this man did not jump bail, he ran for his life. But whenever they report it, they say he jumped bail. And that will now soften the international outcry, changing the narrative. That is what they are very good at. These are the people that committed international kidnapping. Extraordinary rendition is a crime, violation of international law. But today they have watered it down. They have succeeded in using their media to nobody is even talking about it again. Remember, a court in Nigeria said that no law court in Nigeria has the right to try Mazi Nnamdi until they explain the situation surrounding his kidnap from Kenya. But today they have succeeded in using their media to water those things down. Who is talking about it anymore? Who is talking about it anymore? The same man, the extraordinary rendition to Nigeria that was kidnapped, they have refused him to take treatment in that same Abuja, in their national hospital, not a private, national hospital. They refuse him to go and take treatment. His health is failing. They are letting him to die. But they are very busy pushing other narrative with their media. The media is completely turned their blind eyes against the abuse of human rights of the people. Countless activists are detained without trial under infamous Terrorism Prevention Act, which gives government sweeping power to silence oppositions every time. And somebody will come and preach one Nigeria for you, and you are jumping up. You are jumping up. Wait until it happens to you. It will get to your own doorstep. It will definitely get to your doorstep. Selective security brutality. We have seen it happen again and again and again. peaceful Biafran rallies are violently dispersed with live bullets. With live bullets. Peaceful rallies. Violently dispersed with live bullets. We have seen it in 2015 and 2016. Amnesty International documented Nigerian soldiers killing over 150 IPOB members during peaceful protests. Up to today, there has not been any sanction. There has not been any reprimanding. Even they have not been dragged to ICC to come and face that case. Nobody has been called upon in ICC to come and face that case. 150 human beings, innocent people, murdered in cold blood. But nobody, they played it low. Nobody's talking about it. Meanwhile, violent herdsmen or bandits face little or no military action, exposing the bias in enforcement. As we speak, the bandits are holding meeting with the government. The bandits, they are in meeting with the government even as we speak. Instead, what do we see? International smear campaign, daily basis. Nigerian diplomats abroad push the narrative that IPOB and other activists are violent extremists to dissuade foreign government from recognizing the struggle. This is what they do every day. International smear campaign is going on every day by government officials, more especially those of them of Yoruba. You can see what that movement is doing. They always